Hi everyone, it's Arlene with Design with Arlene. Today I have a card showing you that I am going to be using two of the stamp sets that are going to be available January 3rd. One of them is going to be in the Celebrations catalog, and that is the Sending You Thoughts. Now, if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up! And Celebration, in every year from January through March, they have a special catalog that you actually don't pay for the product in there, but you earn it for free. So it's like every $50 or more, $50 increments, you can earn free product. So that's a great way to build up your product and your stash at home. And then I also have a set, and this is in the Occasions catalog that again is available January 3rd. And that is called the Gangs All Mirror. And this is a fun, it's more of a, on the lighter side. I like all the different, like the little meerkats and the little one here, and they've got a couple of sayings here too. Now back to the Sending You Thoughts one. This is a nice just sentiments. I'm always, if you've watched my videos before, you know that I really like stamp sets that have sentiments, and I really like the font that they use on this one too. So this is going to make a nice card. All right, and I'm using the rectangle stitched framelit dies for this card as well too. So let me go ahead and show you the paper and cardstock that I'm using. I started out with a base of Garden Green. This is a piece that is cut, it's an 8.5 by 11 that I cut in half, and then I scored it down the middle and folded it. So when it's closed, it's 5.5 inches by 4 1/4. And again, if you don't get all of these dimensions, don't worry about it, the measurements, because I will post them on my blog as well. I also have a little piece of Whisper White cardstock, and that's the sized at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And that's just going to go right on in the inside of my card here, like this. I have a couple of pieces here. One is Night of Navy, and that measures at 5.5 by 2 inches. And then my Crushed Curry is 5.5 by 1 3/4 inches. And that's going to just get layered right on top of the Night of Navy like that. I have a piece of Whisper White that you can see that I used the rectangle die to cut it out. I cut that out with my Big Shot. And then I have a little bit, little larger size. It's the next size up. And that is the pattern paper. This comes from the Country Club Designer Series paper that is in the Occasions catalog. You'll see it's double-sided. So this is more of, maybe think like Father's Day, or kind of make the people in your life that like the golfing or the greens and the blues and that kind of thing. It does have like a country club feel to it. But the other side is just some plaids. Now you'll notice that is a smaller pattern than the 12 by 12 paper if you've seen the catalog. And the reason for that is this paper comes in a set of 6 by 6 inch paper. And there's a special that's going on, and they're just, Stampin' Up! Is just offering this pack of paper and then a little mini cutter that goes with it. But you'll see, so the pattern is just a little bit smaller. It's scaled down to a 6 by 6. So you'll see that. It's the same patterns, but at a smaller size. Okay. All right. So let me set that aside, and let's show you, I want to show you what I'm doing to make this card. I'm starting out with the piece of Whisper White that I die cut out, and I'm using a technique that's called masking. So you just take a piece, and actually I'm taking some Post-it notes, and I've got like a couple here, and then just with some Memento black ink, let's go ahead and take this grouping of meerkats here, and then I just want to stamp. Now I want to make sure that I get the top of it stamped on the part of the Post-it note that's sticky. Okay, and like I said, you can use like a couple of them and cut them out at once, and that's what you're going to do. You're just going to kind of go around here, and I try to get as close to that line as I can. Okay, we're going to use that as a mask and just cut around there. You can go in a little bit. You don't have to be perfect at it. Okay, so it's just going to go all the way around until you have a piece like this. Now this one's been used, you can see. Okay, and I have a couple of them here like this. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside, and then taking again my Memento black ink, I'm just going to stamp this right here about in the middle. Okay, like that. The next thing I want to do is I want to stamp, I want to place my mask directly over what I just stamped on the paper, and then stamp over that mask. Okay, so we've got this so far here. Again, take my second mask and place it directly on what I just stamped on, and I'm going to stamp one more time. All right, so we've got that. Now, here's where the fun part comes out in. You remove your masks, and what started out as a group of, what, 5, is now a group of more than 5. You can see that? So that's just what the mask will do. It's lots of fun. The possibilities are endless on this masking technique. It's been around for quite a while. I remember when I was a demonstrator back in the late 90s, this was a popular technique as well. Okay, so then I'm just going to take, again, in the Memento black ink, and there is a stamp saying that says "From all of us." So just put that right up on top like that. Okay. And then let's go ahead and adhere our Whisper White to our pattern paper. Okay, and I'm going to take the crushed curry and glue that on top of the Night of Navy. That's centered like that. Okay, now I've got a little hole punch here. And what I want to do is I'm going to be punching a couple of holes here. And sometimes I like to measure to make sure I get it perfectly in the middle, but sometimes I don't. Today I'm not, so it's probably going to be a little off center, but because of the time. Now, you all know, if you've been watching my videos, I am not the best, definitely not the best at making bows, and I don't like to make them. So this is just kind of a faux knot, a faux bow, and I just wanted to make this card not very bulky, because to make it a lot easier to mail. So I've just cut a piece of this grosgrain ribbon. This is a thin grosgrain ribbon. It's the Blueberry Bushel. So yes, it's not Night of Navy, but look how well that does go with it. So this just, use what you have in your stash. Now I'm going to take from the top here and take one end, run it through that hole that I punched, and take the other end and run it through the other end of the hole that I punched. Kind of like to get them a little bit, centered out in. Now I'm going to take from the back side the end of the ribbon that was on the left, and from the back I'm going to run it up through the hole on the opposite edge of where it went down. Okay, got it like that. Again, you see where the ribbon went down on the right hole. Next, I'm going to take the ribbon from the back, loop it through, and bring it through the left hole. Like that. So I did not tie anything. I did not have to tie a bow, but it's going to look really cute. And this is where you'd want some sharp scissors too. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest bow? Or whatever it is, it's a tie, but it's quick. It's a lot quicker. Again, that was something that I used to do a long time ago, back in the long time ago. All right, let's put this one together. I'm not using Stampin' Dimensionals. I like to use them, but I'm not going to use it on this card. So recently with Christmas and the holidays, if you've been to the post office recently, you know that there are a lot more rules than there used to be as far as dimensions and size and thickness. So I think if it's like a 1/4 inch tall, you have to pay special, or 1/4 inch in height or thickness, you have to pay extra. So I thought I wanted to make a card that was cute, but yet didn't have that bulk and, you know, not as thick. So you wouldn't have to worry about just running it through with just one first class postage on there. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this one up here. This is the inside of the card. And I'm taking the Sending You Thoughts stamp set, and I've got a little stamp here. And I'm going to stamp that just on the inside here. And this says, with a great big wish for happiness. Okay, and then let's see what else we have here. We have another one. Yeah, we have this little guy here from the Gangs Almere. And let's just put him, I'm not sure. I think I'll put him right down below. Right below there. There we go. Okay, and now just glue that right in the inside. And that way you have some white area here to sign the card and add your own personal message. Okay, and quick and easy card, and you'll notice it does not have a lot of bulk, so there's no Stampin' Dimensionals that are going on in here. I didn't lift it up at all, so that way it can easily go through. Even the bow here is fairly thin as well too. Okay, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, check out my blog if you want to see dimensions and the directions on making the card. Thanks again. Have a great day.